Hi everyone, it is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, May 1st. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly trade ideas video where we bring you some of the names on our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some good relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their move. As always, these videos are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily, curating ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to those stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we have 5 names to look at. We have four long ideas, 1 short idea, 2 from IBD's list, and 3 from mine. We do have the, I believe, FOMC minutes out probably in the midst of this recording. So if you're watching this after hours, if you're watching this after the market closed, you may see some different prices here, depending on how that catalyst works for the market. So do keep that in mind. But we're going to jump into it. Number 1 here with HDB. This is our first idea. This comes from IBD's list, and you can see here that it is a breakout name. This is sort of what I would consider a day 1 move, breaking through resistance of this multi-week sideways range here, 2 all-time highs. If I zoom out, you can see we get this nice long-term trend intact. It broke out from this longer, wider consolidation that took place over the period of multiple months just a few weeks ago, and it is on course for higher prices right now. The only unfortunate thing here is this does report earnings, I think, at the end of next week, so you do have to keep that in mind. HDB here might be a trade into earnings and then may have to reassess or just wait for the action to settle afterwards. Either way, good strong technical setup, nice leadership name, breaking out, good relative strength. Check it out. Number 2 is MIDD. This is also from IBD's list. This is an industrial play, and first things first, let's just zoom out here and take a look at the long-term perspective here. You can see it's been in just a monster uptrend for, really, since 2009. I mean, it hasn't slowed down. We've obviously had these brief periods here of a pullback, and some of them a little longer than brief, but it's been in a pretty strong uptrend here throughout its existence. Notice, though, in the past year now, 2 years, since 2017, it's topped out around this 140 area and hasn't quite broken out. It's been digesting this nice long run-up that it's enjoyed. And if we zoom in a little bit closer here, you can see it's kind of basing out, consolidating under that very long-term resistance area of about $140, $142. So you can see it's tightening up now. Good volume came in recently over the course of March as it rallied through to these highs. It's basing out, does have earnings coming up relatively soon as well, I think late next week. So do keep that in mind. But MIDD, little consolidation going on here in an industrial sector. Number 3 now comes from my watch list. I believe actually IBD might have this one as well, but this is Salesforce. This one here, CRM, probably needs no introduction, name that we've all seen before, but it is setting back up. Speaking of long-term trends, you can see this thing has been certainly off to the races over the past couple of years. Had a pretty good size pullback in the course of fourth quarter of 2018, but it's back at highs. Notice this weekly base here. It's gone sideways since really the first week of March, and it's trying, or it's right at the top end of this range right now. So we're kind of waiting to see if this actually gets going here, if this is a continuation pattern to more new highs. We'll need to clear above really this $167 area. Earnings, I think, are next month, so we got some time here watching this range and that $167 level. Last but not least, for the long side is PANW. This is Palo Alto. Talked about this back in April in this, I think, same consolidation, or maybe when it was starting to pull back here. But this one here is still going sideways, still kind of waiting and making up its mind, which I frankly enjoy. I like that when I see bases and ranges compress and get tighter and levels get clearer, makes our job easier as a trader. And PANW here still has this resistance up around 250, hasn't quite broken out above it. So I'm watching this level here. And if it starts to, of course, lose this range below 235 or so, then all bets are off. But for now, PANW, I'd be watching that 250 area. Last but not least is a short idea here. And this is something I alluded to on yesterday's market recap video, but it's really just a short on the index. It's specifically looking at the IWM here. This is yet to be proven as a potential setup, of course, just like all of these really, but I'm looking for if we do start to thrust lower here, so as we've been battling this $160 resistance, I think there's lots of eyes there as a potential breakout play to the upside. May absolutely play out. It would be in favor of the other broad market trends, but I'm looking at the other direction here, and if I do see a push lower below this, roughly this trend line, yesterday's lows, if we start to see a move down here, then I think it could be interesting for sort of a tactical, and I would consider a tactical short setup here for the Russell 2000 with a stop at that resistance area and look for a move back into this range. You could look at this across, many of the broad averages right now are kind of set up in this pattern, but I think the IWM is most interesting because it hasn't broken out and it does have that clear sort of resistance to shoot against. So that's the last idea there, is a short one for the Russell 2000. So thank you so much as always for tuning in and watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the videos. You can subscribe on YouTube or follow us on the Trade Risk blog. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video update.